Hey guys, Erin here. So today's podcast is a two-parter, and I got to interview the owner of Payattu Kalari, the premier Kalaripayattu school in Kottayam in Kerala, India. This is the place that I trained in December, and if you've been following my social medias, you'll see some wonderful, beautiful photos and videos of me training in this shala in his Kalari. In this episode, we talk about what is Kalaripayattu, why it's so amazing, where it comes from, and the similarities between yoga and Kalaripayattu. We also go into some deep and spiritual discussions about the application in life, on the mat and off the mat. So I hope that you enjoy. And if you're curious to check out this Kalari in India, you can check out the website. It's payattukalari.com. I will be putting the URL in the show notes. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy. Namaste. Okay, everybody, welcome back to Thrive Yoga Fit Transformational Coaching. This is Erin. So many of you know that I spent quite a bit of time in India last year. And just in December, I trained at a beautiful place called Payattu Kalari, where I was training Kalaripayattu. And I had no idea what I was in for, but I absolutely fell in love. The instructors there are amazing. And so today I have the privilege and honor of interviewing the owner of Payattu Kalari, Hariprasad Shaji Bonsalay. Hello, welcome, namaskaram.
Hi, namaskaram. Vanakkam.
So it's an honor to have you on my show, and you're up in Canada right now. Are you chilly?
Yeah, it's a great difference. Once in a while, I change the continent. That's my habit. It's nice to meet you here, and it's nice to see my students in in digital media like this. I really appreciate your what says you come forward to know about the ancient culture and traditions, and you are searching for the grassroots level of martial arts, and I really appreciate, and you got a courage to go more deeply that how it is related with yoga, and you have a good blend with yoga, martial art, Kalaripayattu, Indian martial art, and massage. Obviously, uh, it's nice to get the students like you.
Oh, well,
I
thank
really
you. I tend to be like, if I have my heart about it and I'm really into it, I think that maybe I've done it in a past life. Who knows? I can just tell you that when I'm passionate about something and I see the value in it and I see this ancient wisdom, it's to me, Kalaripayattu is an ancient technology that unfortunately isn't as popularized as yoga, which I would say is another Indian ancient technology that even people that in the West, they take just a small part of it, like asana and some pranayam, they still get major benefit. And so I'm so excited to have you here. So would you start, how do you, just maybe telling people about what is Kalaripayattu so they can have an idea?
okay. Kalaripayattu is the mother of all martial arts, and it's born in the Sangha Kalam. That means before before Buddha. It's existing in India. It's very oldest martial art, and it's considered to be the Buddhist monks are taking to different parts of the world, like Japan, China, and the other places like Nepal, and they're converted to different kinds of martial arts in according to their situations.
Yeah.
Situations are two types. The body situations are there, and also the climatical situations are there. For example, I cannot adopt the Kalaripayattu. You know how to practice in India is we are also half naked, like we just wear something down, and we cannot do that in the North American climate, not in Canada or in the coldest places like in Europe. So it's same like it's just above the India, it's Nepal, it's entirely different climate situations. So there Kalaripayattu comes to adopted with the different forms. That comes to Tai Chi and Kung Fu. And you can see everything in the Kalari movements. Like we can see the very fastest and very strongest movements like karate, and very slowly and technical like Kung Fu. And we can also see the tappings and locks, chops like jujutsu. And we can see the meditation parts, like you already studied the Meitari, the first level. You can do it as same as Tai Chi. So that's why Kalaripayattu is known as mother of martial art.
That's beautiful. And definitely the more that I'm studying it, not just intellectually, because Kalaripayattu, just like yoga, is an experiential art. You can't just study it in theory. You have to feel it in your body because there's wisdom in the energetics of it. And so seeing how much mudra in it, how much meditation, it's really the art of a warrior, but a warrior has to have stirham and sukham like combined together. And I see that very clearly in Kalaripayattu. It's very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And also Kalaripayattu is deeply blended with the other Indian sciences like yoga, Ayurveda, Siddha Vaidya, Vastu Shastra, so on, medicine studies, philosophy, Indian philosophy. So it's same like yoga. It's a style of lifestyle. And there is meditation process is there. Their nishtha is there, like yoga. So many similarities. We can say it's a moving yoga. Yeah.
Now, in yoga, there's, in the 8 limbs built in, the first 2 limbs are the yamas and niyamas. So as far as Kalaripayattu, I imagine there's ethical principles. Deepak, who is my teacher, he is a brahmacharian, right? So he seems to be a very pure, wonderful soul. And he is kind of living a certain lifestyle that pairs well with Kalaripayattu. Can you talk a little bit about, so the spirituality and the philosophy, how is that imparted to the students? Is it through the physical practice? That might be some of it, but are there like times where the teacher speaks to the group or in small doses? Like, how is that imparted?
Well, Guru Shishya Banda, the Guru Shishya relationship is very, very deep and very, very important, as same as in yoga. And also we can see the 8 limbs, like what you say is yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, samadhi. So these little bit different from Kalari is Kalari have Meitari, Koltari, Angatari, Virungai. So these are the disciplines way to do. Meitari, in the Meitari, the body preparation as well as the mind preparation is happening. So you also pass through all the first step of Meitari. So there are certain disciplines there. You have to be clean in your mind and your body. You have to be punctual. You have to be perform. You have to be patient. And Kalari is very examine all your patience and strength of each and every muscles in your body, each and every. So it will stretch you. It will crush you. It will make you in another form. You will become in another form. So it's same like blacksmith, how to treat iron bar to make a sharp weapon. No? Same like that process. So in the Ashtanga yoga is also emphasized the same things. So it's a little bit mild way, but it's also yama, niyama, asana. One person is passing through yama, niyama, asana. One person is passing through the Kalari Meitari. It's the same. So one person is thoroughly studied and passed through the proper channel and proper way to in Meitari and Koltari. He will feel that get away all the emotions. That means you feel it's a state of it's very difficult to. I think it's also if we get a chance to ask the Buddha how to get the enlightenment, it is difficult to speak. it is difficult to explain something like a swimming. If know, then we can say how to swim, and we cannot say how to swim. So you have to swim. It's same like a kalari. We have to jump inside, and we have to experience. It's something we cannot explain with the words. So
Oh,
my
I'll say,
experience is that every steps once I pass through the kalari, slowly, I get away the fear, not only the fear of the weapons, as well as the fear of our, our, our subconscious minds, oh, I can't do that. I won't. So many barriers in your mind, all these kind of thoughts, your limitations that you put in yourself.
of course.
We are also putting the jail in ourselves. We can do that. We can do see this and that society. This kind of it's an enlightenment. It's an explosion. It's an explosion that's happening inside. So you don't bother about the money. You don't bother about the things, and it's a kind of uh, salsangam. It's a nisangam. Nisangatam. It means it won't affect you. It won't affect you. Something that don't affecting you, because it's something is okay in yoga and kalari and practicing that, we can say the happiness. What is happiness? Happiness is not something comes from outside. So some people are they go for the shopping or go for outing and go for restaurant, and they are happy. In the next moment, they are not happy, because
Yeah.
that is the material, the attachment with the material. Yeah, because
Equanimity,
that
right?
happiness, yeah, happiness is a momentum happiness. That after that moment, once you come out from the shopping mall, you are not happy anymore.
Exactly.
So, but the real happiness is enlightenment that comes inside you. So you will get engagement. So yoga, kalari, and all these stays the different paths to get the enlightenment.
There's two yoga sutras that are coming to mind. It's Sukha Nushai Ragaha and Dukkha Nushai Dveshaha, because the root of misery and suffering, the samsara, is from this like craving or aversion. And what I'm finding with Kalaripayattu
Yeah.
is more so than ever, it kind of makes me feel more so than ever, it makes me feel like equanimous. And so when you have this equanimous, you're not seeking to go up or down because you're creating that own stability in your life. And the Maypat, similar to, let's say, like the Ashtanga primary series, is like, yeah, you're being put in a cooker. So you're being cooked. And like you said about the iron, like a blacksmith kind of molding that iron into a weapon. So it's like having people that are willing to go through that process. But I think that your school, just from like the people that I've met, like Anu and Deepak, they are amazing. And even Apu, he's sort of like a little leader on the rising. You're raising some very strong warriors that have a strong foundation, that are able to lead people through example and mentor, and they just love you, of course. So they're Harry this, Harry that, like, oh, Harry can do this. Like, because I would be impressed with something Deepak would do. He's like, oh, you should see like in his kind of Malayali English. But he
Yeah.
would talk about how so that kind of love and community is something I think that's very special. And it's like having a martial arts background, the community has to encase and create that sense of safety and love,
Yeah.
because if you're doing that, then you can push yourself so hard. It's harder to do that when you don't feel the love. And I think that that is one thing that if anyone's listening to this podcast and they get curious about martial arts yoga, I think a lot of my listeners would be. The school that Hari has made a beautiful balance of discipline as well as love. So it's your heart that everyone's stepping into. So thank you for that service.
No, it's welcome. It's not coincidence, and maybe you notice that disciplines inside in that school. I am I am thousands of kilometers away from there. I never control the school. The school itself is controlling.
Mhm.
You know, there is no manager. There is nobody's. So it's kind of disciplines make them to to uplift their self. If the persons like Appu, Anu, these all kids are below 20-year-old. So we can see in Europe and America and everywhere how much getting worse in our new generation.
Oh,
Unfortunately, they
gosh.
have plenty. They have a lot of merits. They are very wonderful people and they are technologically very enlightened. But they are losing something, losing the
Mhm.
humanity part. And these guys, they are controlling their stuff. They are managing their stuff, and yeah, under 18 year they already the leaders become the leaders. That is what is color is giving you. You yourself become a leader to mold. You are you just unconsciously they are studying, they are aware, and they become growing that unconsciously. You know Now, we took a bus from one point to another. Maybe in between the bus traveling, we are thinking so much things and we are doing and we are chatting and we are typing and we do and this. We are unconsciously, we are reaching that place. It's the same in this bus. People are reaching somewhere. So how much they are dedicating, they will reach there very fast. So
Yes.
that's exactly that. Yeah.
It's
That,
beautiful to
yeah.
witness. And having, been in your Kalari, it is the energy there is incredible. And so, respects to you. So, speaking of, so can you tell a little bit about your lineage as far as connection to Kalaripayattu? Because I think that that's fascinating.
Yeah, well, this is my third generation here. My mom and I got all the information, this knowledge from my grandpa, Vasudev Gurkal, and he started his gallery in 1954. Uh, then my mom, she also study and she's a Ayurvedic therapist. Then we from the childhood we studying, we learning to yoga and everything from my grandpa. Don't think that it's studying that means he bring me in a school and teaching and we are sitting and writing. Not like that.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is when we are in, my grandpa used to sleep in next door very very close to there, and this guy is in the morning 4 or 4:30 wake up and doing the producing the very very loud sounds, and it's just uncomfortable for me when I was very little boy. I can't sleep properly because this kind of sound. Yeah, something like it. Then I used to this bed is moving. I don't understand this guys what is doing, and his morning he's starting in the 4:30 is pranayama practices, pastriya, brahmari, this kind of stuff. So and when I was in 8 year, 9 years, and he also bring me to this kind of practices, not the pranayama, other yoga and this and that, and unconsciously we are studying, not not with the notebooks or the books or academic, but
Parampara.
yeah, he's teaching this and that, and one day he's sitting there and moving very strange movements. I can see in his stomach, his stomach like
Ollie.
a wolf. Yeah, he make the stomach is like wolves, and then we are kids, so we also want to do that. That kind of practice. That is the method he adopted
Belly dancing that
when
got
we
you.
are. Yeah. When we are with little kids, me and my sister.
Mm,
Then type of in the Verangai and Mudnas. So he says, if you have do this, what you do? Oh, pain. I say, okay, I know pain. Then when you do and have to uh, do this, okay, then you escape. Now this kind of teaching methods. Then he's slowly teaching the Samskrita slogas, and
mm,
who is master, what is the four elements of Kalari, what is the technique, everything in Sanskrit. And once in a while, he asks the question, hey, what is that? Hey, what is this? What is that? And then we have to remember, and we
mm,
have to, it's slowly. I don't know. I can't explain that. So I'm very thankful to get a grandpa like that. And
yeah.
unfortunately, he passed away in 2015 when I was in Italy. Anyway, he is the founder of First Kalari. Then when I study and everything, and I in the fifth stage, I help him to preparation of the medicines. Medicines like don't think that maybe in the podcast people are listening in America and North America. People are maybe listening in the and medicines making in the lab or technical.
Mm,
Don't think like that. He gives some. He shows some plants and he says, okay, collect these plants root, collect these plants leaf, bring it here. Okay. So that's my first duty. Then bring it there. Okay. Chop it. Okay. Chop it. Smash it. So it's everything is manually. So we are studying the oil preparation like that. Still, I am preparing manually the oils.
like the
So
Marmani
chopping,
Lepan,
big stone and with a hole and put all the
pastel.
leaf
Yeah.
there and and with a wooden big stick and
Uh,
used to smash
uh,
the leaf and get the squeeze and get the extraction. So
it's very powerful. I mean, when I had some Kalari Chiquito when I was there, I had some massage and I had the traditional like was it rice milk massages when I went to an Ayurvedic center in Mysore. And then when I came
yeah,
to your Kalari and Deepak gave me a massage, I like felt the herbs absorbing into my hamstrings. I'm like, because I'm very sensitive to these things. And it just like my body sucked it up. It was so good. And then when I had, just training hard, I had like a little strain and I used some and like a day and a half, I was good. So it's amazing, like a jungle physician, right?
exactly like a jungle physician. So my medicine studies while I am walking to his home to grandpa's home to Kalari, I think maybe 15 minutes walk. In between, I study almost all the herbs. And he is walking with not with a walking stick. He used a big umbrella and he shows this leaf. His name is this. This is good for that. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Then he leave that for a while, like 1 or 2 weeks. Then he will touch and ask the name, the same leaf.
You better pay attention.
So as I almost these herbs are almost studying like that.
Wow. That's
So once,
very safe.
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, and different oil preparations, everything manually, and now people are broken the bones and everything, how to replace it, how to do it with medicines and
Oh,
package. There
wow.
I am studied the how to with the bandage. I never undergone any college or school. Everything there in the home is a school. Home was a school. So and
That's beautiful. I think that that's
and
such
I live with the professor.
fun.
Sometimes that's very bad thing that my friends used to go to in the evening time they're roaming around in the village and go see the girlfriends. I don't get the chance. I was very angry on my grandpa in that time. No,
Well, it sounds
so
like you were his like disciple, like he made you his
yeah,
student, but you were very willing. So, that's
yeah,
beautiful. So,
yeah,
Hari, I
yeah.
want to touch upon, I find it very fascinating that with British colonialism, that Kalaripayattu had to go underground. And, then we had the rise of yoga and the popularity of that versus something as beautiful and as similar, I think, as Kalaripayattu in a lot of ways. So can you talk a little bit about like that process of how it went
Mm.
underground and how it survived?
Unfortunately, the colonial period was a dark age of India in all aspects.
Yeah.
There are some scholars come to give the interpretations like, oh, British people give you English language, British people give you the railway system, British people give that and this, but all these are bullshits because all these things are they use for to rule and loot on the country, and they smash out all the culture and credential of the country, and I would like to take that philosopher's word. I forgot him. Now I forgot who is, and they say, he says we have to remember that uh, when our forefathers hunt the wild boar and eat the potatoes, in that time the another part of the world is named India. The people are studying the astrology, astronomy, and Ayurveda, human body anatomy, and contributing so many things, and there was existing in that time there in very enlightened people
Mm,
while we are doing the hunting in the forest.
mm,
So the same thing I want to repeat now. So unfortunately, the all the knowledge like Kalaripayat is one of that knowledge that uh, are immersively destroyed by British people as banned quite long times, like 300 years.
oh
So
wow, 300. I didn't realize that
unfortunately,
at all.
yeah, it's almost dead because what we have only is very little, very little. I think it's a layer only we can see now because it's not written. What exactly before I told you, teaching method is like that. Now you showing and the teaching. There was no books like
Right.
books. Yeah, they are not written. They are written in books in the palm leaves. Maybe you maybe see that palm leaf
I've seen that
uh,
before. Pom-pom.
inscriptions. So that's also burned out in the British period time. The main libraries, like so Kalari masters are used to practice in the night time, and it's also preserved for the family to family because we cannot invite like what you say is that all the village kids are coming and learning Kalaripayattu because it's banned.
Right,
No,
exactly.
if the police know they're practicing Kalari, they will kill. So
Yeah.
I only teach my son. If I don't have son, when I pass away, it's my knowledge also passed away.
Mm,
So you are seeing the Kalari is northern style and southern style. But in the northern style, there are so many styles, so many ways. Like northern and southern Kalari. In the Kalari, there are so many styles. Now, we are practicing the Tulu style or Arapukai style. There are what Pillatani, Bali Vadi,
mm.
Sugrivam Vadi. Bali Vadi is more like very, very similar with Kung Fu
Oh, no
because
kidding.
Balivari is using the opponent's power to attack back.
Mm,
So you know, uh, so that is the Balivari. So Bali is one of the character in the Ramayana in the epics, and he's once some people anyone go to fight with him. Bali get half of his power. So that's why the name comes from the Bali. Bali means if you punch, he's using your power to give you back. So it's
Uh,
very similar with the kung fu.
mm,
So so we can deeply see all this in Kalari. Unfortunately, this happened in history. What we can do is
yeah.
nothing. It's past. Yeah,
But luckily, there were some families and guru calls that were
exactly.
keeping it alive underground, because it's, again, it's an art that sharpens the mind and it heals. And, it's from what I've read and what I've seen directly is, again, there's, yeah, people that come and like get healing there. It's kids learn discipline. People come and just heal their body and their mind and their spirit all together. And so I'm so grateful that it survived and went under.
One more thing I want to add.
Yeah.
In my studies and observation,
Mm.
there is one more martial art is same things they are facing. This Brazilian martial art capoeira. This also banned by British people,
Yes.
and it's also what they did. They make it like a dance.
Yes.
That's why the form that you can see capoeira exactly now, the capoeira is before the thing. Yeah, the British colonials did this something different, but they used to practice like a dance in the streets and everything. So somebody's seeing it seems like a dance.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, we're not
So
training. We're just
yeah, yeah.
dancing.
Yeah, we are dancing. So that they cleverly manage like that. So there is a comparative study in between Kalari and Capoeira is the same, and also there is acrobatic movements like Kalari, and
Yes.
so there is only one thing that Kalari missing is the song. We don't have the song, but we have the Vaitari, that oral communication of master.
Mm,
That is the difference. Yeah.
mm, mm. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to support the podcast and if it's helping you, please consider writing a review. You can go to iTunes or Google Play, go into the search bar, and type in Thrive Yoga Fit Transformational Coaching, scroll down, and you can leave a review. This helps other people to find me as well as bumps us up in the search ratings. Also, this podcast is sponsor-free, so that means we don't receive anything for doing it. If you feel so inclined and this podcast is helping to support you and you want to return the favor and help to support any production costs of the podcast, feel free to give a donation to a Venmo link, Thrive Yoga Fit, or PayPal, Aaron@aaroncoach.com. If you don't have the means, don't worry about it. We're not going anywhere. You're all good. But if you would like to give back, you can give back in those ways. Thank you so much. Namaste.